Alright, y'all, how y'all doing? It's about 9:26 a.m. Friday, February 21st, 2025. Uh, all thanks and all glory go to Jesus Christ, our Christ Jesus, for this knowledge and wisdom I'm about to present for people in order for people to just truly know what really has happened as I'm trying my best to get this message out to people. Uh, Happy birthday to my sister, Amberly. Uh, I think she's 42 today. 42, 43, 42. I think she's 42 today. So happy birthday, Emily. Uh, y'all, I'm gonna try to run through this really quick because I'm about to need to leave to go to work. So I'm trying to go through this really quickly. This is basically just about Sean and the fact that black people didn't know that this fool decided that he wanted to be God because his penis was bigger than white men. Black people didn't know this. Even though black men would have penises around his size or bigger, they still didn't know. Uh, I didn't know. I didn't start understanding this stuff until 2016, and then I went to jail, and then I got out of jail and started talking about how things need to be big and small on in 2020, right? Toward December 2020. So yeah, y'all. People didn't know, and I didn't know exactly how far this went, but I'm learning every day through Jesus. So I try to give y'all as much as I understand about it. And yeah, so Christ Jesus, please bless me and give this to people. I wrote it down. Uh, I wrote it down. So so hopefully it'll be, oops. Hopefully it'll be easy for people to understand. But really, the concept y'all need to understand is that Sean saw injustices and the slavery and the unfairness and the wrongness and the wrongdoing from white people. He didn't really see it as oppression that needed to be conquered from white people to black people. And so he saw that, like, especially like the slavery and everything, and the unfairness and treatment and stuff, injustice and stuff. He saw that and decided he wanted to do the same thing to white people. So therefore, he oppressed all people, by penis size, based off big, and based off feeling so big in sex that he felt bigger than God. Because he didn't understand that his penis was also small, so therefore he did not also feel small, right? So yeah, so therefore that's the whole result in sexual immorality and pornography, and then underground or just normal sex, and even the oppression that we feel in sex when it comes to being with our holy one true love that Jesus has blessed us with, and not truly being able to perform in sex how Jesus would want, need, and desire. The all holy, all wanting, all needing, all desiring. Because based off the fact that Sean believed he was Jesus, he wanted people to have sex the way he wanted, needed, and desired for people to have sex, which was with a big dick, right? So when it comes to the fact that big is subjective, is subjective to the person, subjective to things around it. It can also be seen as small, and uh, it can be seen as big and be seen as small. But we have to understand that things are always big and small, and we have to see its bigness and its smallness all the time. Damn, sorry, y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna just kind of try to get y'all to run down a little bit about his life, and the things he was supposed to see, and how he was supposed to follow God by what he saw, right? So, alright, so here we go. Hold on. Okay, alright. So, with Sean, Jesus sees that Sean wanted to be a good student in elementary, junior high, and high school. As his mom was a teacher, as his granny, I forgot what his granny, as his granny kind of fought for like civil rights or something, being a pilot and everything. So, so he needed to see the goodness those women in his life, and then he also wanted to be intelligent, and he also wanted to be faithful to God, as God had him praying. Being a young boy, in elementary, junior high, and high school, he was faithful. He prayed, but like as when he would get into rap, that's then when things would kind of would get worse and worse for him. But he wanted to be intelligent. He wanted to be faithful to God, as Jesus had blessed Sean to pray. Right? Okay. Now, Jesus wants, needs, and desires to bless Sean with the gift of perspective, which is seeing, do big and small, and wants, needs, and desires. Basically, to understand that we can do all things through Christ. And the reason why is because so many rappers come from high school. So many rappers come from high school, and they either drop out of high school or they do get their high school education, and they begin to rap. But normally, they become gangsters and thugs and drug dealers. And Sean didn't want to be a gangster, thug, or drug dealer when it comes to because he wanted to rap or anything. He just wanted to rap. So he needed something to be different from so many other people. So therefore, Jesus blessed Sean's penis size, which is 9 inches, for it to be bigger than most, yet smaller than some, right? So he needed to see that he was smaller than some people in order to feel that he was small, right? But Sean did not want, need, or desire to acknowledge his penis as being small, okay? All right. So again, Sean saw life as being a young African-American male, as understanding that white people ruled the world. And anytime someone black would try to do something good, such as Martin Luther King Jr., they get killed, or they are not ever able to better themselves because white people will knock them down, which is like trying to be smarter or having a better job than a white person, based off black people not really being able to earn as much money as white people, stuff like that. All right. So that made him believe that he would always be under white people, as they have the money, the knowledge, better jobs, and black people could never do better than them. So Sean wanted to be better than those oppressing him, to oppress them, because he got angry at it. But he didn't know he needed to follow Jesus when it comes to understanding, do big and small, that him and everybody else was smaller than God, right? And that everyone needs to work for the glory of God, to love God, and to do by the glory of God, right? And everyone's wants, needs, and desires should be in line with what Jesus wants, needs, and desires for them to have, or be, or want, need, and desire, right? So he didn't understand that, and so he got angry at people oppressing him. He wanted to be bigger than them. So he understood, based off his relationship with Ashley, he understood that women wanted, needed, and desired a big dick. And since he was so big, he believed he could always have a woman. He did not need a woman, but women just needed his dick, right? Because he believed that a woman is only good for dick, right? And since they always wanted it big, he believed he controlled women, right? And even if they didn't want him, they still needed a big dick, right? So that was his philosophy. That was his philosophy and what he felt about life. When it comes to the fact that everybody needed to be big. But again, as I'm telling y'all, everyone needs to be big and small, right? Because everybody needs to be the right size, and the perfect size, as Jesus, the all holy, all wanting, all needing, all desiring, would want, need, and desire for them to be. Alright? Alright, Sean did not know that Jesus wanted to bless him. He also did not want, need, or desire to love Jesus or be faithful to Jesus, to be possibly blessed with the gift of the perspective, the vision of seeing, being able to do all things through Christ, or do big and small, small and big, and wants, needs, and desires. So in 2003, as Sean is in high school, Sean should have begun to see Kanye West's vision of God through the College Dropout, as Kanye released the College Dropout and made the song Jesus Walks, right? Now everyone knows that has faith in Jesus, that everyone knows we must walk with Jesus on earth and in heaven for all of our days, right? All the time, all our ways, we all need to walk like Jesus, right? We all need to walk like Jesus. We all need to walk with Jesus, right? All right. Now Sean should have modeled Kanye's image of the way of the person that Kanye was, as Kanye seemed to be a servant and a man of God as a rapper, all right? As a rapper, because you see how most rappers seem to be thugs, gangsters, and drug dealers, right? As a rapper. Kanye was not that. Kanye was not a thug, gangster, or drug dealer. He needed to see Kanye's image and understand that he didn't need to be a thug, gangster, or drug dealer in order to rap, right? Because they normally talk about killing or they talk about selling drugs, right? Sean didn't want to sell drugs. Sean didn't want to kill nobody, right? So Sean saw that and still wanted sexual immorality. He saw that image of Kanye. He saw that Kanye was not a thug, gangster, or drug dealer. He saw that image of Kanye, and he's in a sense, it's just as Sean was. I believe that Kanye did fairly well in high school, and then he went into college, and then he dropped out of college. Sean did well in high school, and then he didn't go to college. So you see how he relates to Kanye, right? Especially with not being a thug, gangster, and drug dealer. All right. So Sean saw that image of Kanye, but he still wanted sexual immorality. Sean did not want to be a thug, gangster, or drug dealer, but he still wanted hoes and bitches, right? So he still wanted to be a rapper that fucked bitches and hoes, instead of being a rapper that followed the fact of believing that he could do all things through Christ, right? All right. Because doing through Christ is not fucking bitches and hoes. Y'all get it? All right. Okay. Now again, as Sean saw the oppression that white people put him and black people under, Sean needed to see that he was different and special than other rappers that came before him. Sean needed to love God and be faithful enough to Jesus, since in 2004, Kanye blessed the world with Jesus Walks. Now, Sean, when it comes to Sean walking with Jesus, Sean needed to be able to gain the perspective of being able to do all things through Christ, of do big and small, small and big, and wants, needs, and desires. The fact that we do things by what we want, need, and desire, right? Sean needed to understand that he needed to pray for the things he wanted, need, and desire to do, in order to believe that he could do all things through Christ. So, in order to get past that oppression that white people placed upon black people, he needed to feel that and kind of hone that through prayer, in order to help move the world, in order to help black people fit to do things right against white people that oppress them when it comes to following God, and doing as God wants, needs, and desires, right? So he needed to get a job. He needed to hold on to his love of his family and his love of his girlfriend at the time, Ashley, and he needed to lead or walk a God-fearing life. He did not want to get a job because he would have to do what white people wanted him to do. He still would feel oppressed by white people, so he did not want a job. All right, Sean wanted to love God, though, yet he did not want to pray, and he did not want to place faith in Jesus Christ. Right? And the reason why is because he was not as faithful as he needed to be, and then still, Sean wanted, needed, and desired to do what he wanted, needed, and desired, as he wanted, needed, and desired to do, instead of doing as Jesus wanted, needed, and desired for him to do. All right? Or be what Jesus wanted, needed, and desired for him to be, right? So again, Sean looked at the world and the relationship from white people to black people. He believed he was too small to do anything about the oppression of white people to black people. for such a long time with the slavery, injustices, and unfair treatment, all that, and then the killings and all that. Sean believed he was too small to do anything about it, especially when it comes to it being so difficult to understand God, right? It's difficult for everybody to understand God and have a relationship with God because of the devil. He believed he was too small to do anything about it. He didn't want to hurt people, but he believed he was too small to do anything about it. So what he did believe was that he could give any woman an orgasm and sexually satisfy them because white people did not have a 9-inch penis. And based off the fact that white people had been oppressing black people and making them feel inferior as human beings, he believed that he, based off having a 9-inch penis, he was superior to white people. So based off feeling superior to white people based off penis size, he felt he could do anything he damn well pleased, right? So and based off the fact that he understood that God did not sexually bless white people like black people in penis size, Sean thought he was fine. Because, again, he does not believe that he's God, but he believes that he's God. He feels like both at the same time. He feels so big that he feels as if he's God and can do anything sexually to a woman and sexually satisfy any woman, but then he feels that he still needs to follow rules, right? That's how he feels. So, based off Sean feeling big he only feels big by not seeing his penis as small, in order to understand that he needs to be both big and small, he becomes a struggle. Like that whole concept of just feeling big, even by everybody. Everybody is supposed to feel big and small, but when it comes to not being able to acknowledge small, Sean just only believed he was big, therefore moving people in the entire world based off only feeling big. And then by moving people, it kind of moves with sexual immorality by big black cock, right? So again, when it comes to feeling big and everybody needing to feel big to always stand up for themselves and do the right thing against the devil, right? Because the devil is always trying to make us feel so small that we can't do anything that Jesus wants, needs, and desires for us to do, right? So he only felt big, believing that he could do what he wanted, needed, and desired to do, and he believed that he could do what Jesus wanted, needed, and desired for him to do, when Sean wanted, needed, and desired to do whatever Jesus wanted, needed, and desired for him to do, right? So he's just doing what he wants to do, right? So again, that becomes a struggle of dominance because people aren't doing what Jesus wants, needs, and desires for them to do. So Sean saw that white people have so much knowledge, power, money, authority, leadership, and etc., which makes them feel big to other ethnicities in America and in the world. So Sean says that y'all not, as white people, y'all not bigger than his dick, because he knows that God gave him his dick. Y'all not bigger than his dick. Y'all can't do anything to his dick, and that's just how it is. So therefore, sexual immorality continues to happen because no one wants to call their penis small, all right? Because as we can all understand, that we feel inferior to a woman by calling our penis small, by not being able to sexually satisfy a woman and not feeling big enough to sexually satisfy a woman, right? So Sean never believed or acknowledged that he was smaller than God because women kept coming to a big black cock for what he would see in pornography, for what he would experience in real life, right? Women kept having orgasms to big black cock, right? Just consistently doing that. Not being able to control themselves, right? As we sin, right? Okay. Now again, as I said before, other black men and other black women, and then even other men and other women, did not know anything about Sean believing he was God. But by sin and by word, blood, and spirit, we feel like him. Because as he is a musical artist, He is meant to paint pictures with words. As we listen to music, we feel music, and we are meant to feel like a person, or we are meant to feel the music that we listen to, right? And it moves us in some kind of way. So that's what he needed to do as a musical artist, as a rap artist. He needed to be more like Kanye West from The College Dropout. All right. So he needed to help people feel how to feel big enough to be able to get away from the oppression that white people were putting them through. White people were putting black people through, and then even other white people that were feeling oppressed by white people. It just goes on and on. People need to feel bigger than oppression. People don't need to be oppressed, right? But when it comes to him just constantly feeling big behind his penis size, you see how the constant feeling of I'm big, you big, so we gotta see who bigger, so we gonna fight, right? So it always, when it comes to consistently feeling big and not feeling smaller than Jesus, as Jesus does not want us to fight, it leads to fighting in some kind of way. Same thing with wars going on in the world, from history of wars. Country feels bigger than another country, and that country feels that they can oppress another country, or feels they can dominate another country in some kind of way, based off guns or based off ruling or things, people that are there. It's there. And the whole fact of feeling big and making another country feel small and wanting to take that country over, right? It's all throughout history. It's not just America. It's a part of the world, and God knows that it's a part of the world, because it's something that we do in this world of sin, right? So yet, because Sean does not know to love God, does know to love God and other things, and to do other things that come with having a relationship with Jesus Christ, he tries to do things that are good and that are godly, because he believes that he is big. He believes that he is bigger than the devil trying to oppress him, stopping him from doing something good or godly, right? So therefore, again, Sean tries to serve God how Sean wants, needs, and desires, and not how Jesus, the all holy, all wanting, all needing, all desiring, would have him to. All right? He wants to serve Jesus how he wants to serve Jesus, not how Jesus wants, needs, and desires for him to serve Jesus. Right? So because Sean brought so much trouble into the world based off penis size and people feeling inferior and wanting to do something against the fact of being small, or being small in penis size, and disrupting relationships because of penis size and everything, he brought that into the world because he did not believe in Jesus. He was following the devil, but he didn't understand he was following the devil. All right? Because he never understood that sexual immorality was of the devil. He never understood that. He never understood it was sin. He never understood it was of the devil. All right? So when it comes to the fact that people need to be and feel big and small, when it comes to the fact that Sean never believed that his penis was small in order to feel both big and small, all he knew, and all other people would know, was how to feel big, therefore feeling bigger than God by sex, by feeling like they could do anything they wanted to do in sex because of big black cock, a big penis, or simply because the penis is big, right? If we feel bigger than God because we feel so big that we can do what we want, need, and desire to do. Even if we want to serve God, we can do that how we want, need, and desire to do, right? So Jesus is telling me that Sean's penis is going to shrink in size because he never figured out the fact that his penis was also, or acknowledged the fact that his penis was also small, for it to be big and small, right? So that he does not, he's going to shrink in size so he does not feel bigger than other people anymore, or ever feel bigger than God ever again, so that he can feel smaller than God to do what Jesus wants, needs, and desires for him to do, as Jesus wants, needs, and desires for him to do. The holy Jesus Christ, the holy, unwanting, unneeding, undesiring Jesus Christ. So again, Shine saw the things that white people did to black people and other people of the world, such as slavery, injustices, oppression, unfairness, power, money, authority, leading people the wrong way, and all this other stuff. So he decided that since God wasn't going to do anything about the unfairness and the bad things that white people did, he felt like, fuck it, black people get bigger dicks because they were slaves, right? So as a rapper, he believed it was fine by the entire world for him to be able to gain money, power, and leadership, and a better way of living through rap, because he continued to have consensual sex with women by enticing them with a big black cock. So again, other male African Americans, other women, African American women, other men of every other ethnicity, but truly, when it comes to big black cock, because African Americans are known to have bigger penises than other ethnicities of men, you see how it's like a monkey see, monkey do kind of thing, where we do what another person is doing because it seems right. Leadership, right? That's why big black cock rules pornography. That's why, and based off the fact that Shine feeling as if he was God, based off the fact that women, when it comes to the fact that everyone needs love, and when it comes to having love, you're gonna have sex, and when it comes to having sex, you're gonna need a big dick, and as I'm saying, it needs to be big and small. You see the problem. So it was like a monkey see, monkey do kind of thing, even when it comes to being created as a human being, as God will create you, Jesus Christ. When it comes to the fact that Sean believed he was Jesus Christ, he believed that the fact that everybody just needed a big black cock, a big dick, and that's all that it was, because women were gonna always need a big dick, right? So that even goes for other ethnicities of men, white men as well, because there are white men that are like 8 inches, right? So he just kind of believed. So when it comes to looking at the image of God, the image of Jesus Christ, we should look at Jesus Christ as big and small, not only big, being big to us. That's the whole discrepancy of seeing Shine as God, right? So again, people didn't understand this. Even black men, they do not understand this. Even as of now, they don't understand this. So in a sense, their body is molded in the image and into the image that they see, which is seeing Shine as God. Their penis is the size that it is because they, in a sense, they see Shine as God because of what he did to women sexually in sex. Wasn't hurting them, just more so enticing them, sinfully enticing them to be able to have consensual sex. Simply because women will always know black men to have a bigger penis. And they could, as a woman, they could selfishly and sinfully get the orgasm that they wanted, right? They would be sexually satisfied because black men fuck them better, right? Okay. Now, again, as Shine saw that black people were slaves and white people were, as white people made black people slaves, he decided that white people were slaves to his dick. Therefore, that's then why so many white women who have sex with big black cock and pornography. Simply because God did not bless white people with such sizes. White people did blacks wrong. Black people do white people wrong. That's what happened. That's how Shine saw it. Shine saw white people doing blacks wrong. Shine decided that black people should do white people wrong. So therefore, black people would have bigger penises, right? So again, Black people do not know about this. We're not in on it. We don't know about it, right? It's based off the fact that a fool would believe that he was God, and no one would understand anyone else to be God but Jesus. But you see how it's wrong for only black men to have penis sizes of 9 inches or more, because everyone is supposed to have a penis that is big enough and small enough and big enough to sexually satisfy their holy one true love. Everyone is supposed to have that. But because Sean believes he's Jesus, he's saying that other ethnicities besides black people cannot have a penis of 9 inches or more, which is a lie, which is a false reality that the devil cooked up and Sean followed. Okay? Simply because of all the injustices, all the bad things that happen to black people from white people, and the fact that black people needed to have something from God. So what black people would have from God was a bigger penis. Right? So other black men were not in on this. They did not know. This is going to be new news to them. This is new news to white people. Because they didn't know this fool was trying to be God of getting pussy. Right? Right? So, because we all sin, this whole thing with Sean, this entire thing with Sean, everything I just told y'all about, everything, all of this, all of that, right? Everything I just told y'all about Sean is just the devil going against us all, as no one knows how to have sex the way Jesus, the all holy, all wanting, all needing, all desiring, will want, need, and desires for us to have sex, right? Because we don't know. We only know it. And when it comes to the sex we were watching in pornography with big black cock, it's half true. That's the halfway. It's a half true, half lie way of having sex the right way, right? And again, when it comes to Sean being a fool, as Sean didn't know anything about the devil, and Sean didn't know anything about God, he did not know what he was doing, right? He didn't know what he was doing. So again, y'all, sorry, let's brush my teeth. Sean did not know what he was doing. The devil was just acting through him, and he believed that everything was going the way he wanted, need, and desire for things to go, and that's just how life turned out. So that's been life for the past. That's been life and sex, and then even in the world. Because once y'all start to see the perspective, big and small, just as I told y'all with cops to criminals and stuff, and like even when it comes to a cop being bigger than a criminal, you see how a cop will point a gun at a criminal and say freeze. You see how when God tells us things, we just have to stop and listen, stop and freeze and listen. You see how if someone is bigger than you and telling or doing something right for you, you can't do anything against it. So that's kind of what Sean was doing with Big Black Hot or Big Dick. He was saying that you don't have the power to have sex with your woman because your penis isn't bigger than mine. You're not big to me. I'm bigger than you, so I'll do what I want to do to your woman. Right? That's what is basically what he was saying. So people followed it. Hip hop followed it. When it comes in, I can pull your girl, I can have sex better than you can with your girl. Your girl want me because I do this, I do that. That's what hip hop was for like the past 20 years. And it's chaos. Alright? So yeah, y'all, we gonna have to understand big and small. We gotta understand that we all smaller than God. Even people in authority have to understand that we're smaller than God in order to be big against the devil. Because the devil is attacking all of us all the time, all at once. Right? Man. So yeah, that's all I got, y'all. It's about 10:01 a.m. Friday, February 21st, 2025. All thanks and all glory go to you, Jesus Christ, our Christ Jesus, the holy God, our goddess, the holy Lord, our Lord, the holy King, our Queen, our Queen, our King, the holy our sister, our brother, and our sister, and our holy our son, our daughter, and our son, Jesus Christ, our Christ Jesus. Thanks for this knowledge. Thanks for blessing me to teach it, talk about it, spread the word, spread the message. All thanks again, all thanks and all glory go to you, and I pray that your holy our will was done through this through the making of this video. So I'll see y'all in the next video, y'all. Love y'all and peace. And again, I'm sorry. Again, I'm trying to stop it. I'm 6.5 inches in penis size, and I've been an athlete, and I've also had sex with women. So I will be telling my story in order to help people understand how my story helps get how the sins that I've committed and the forgiveness and redemption I've asked from Jesus, how it's gonna conquer this entire this entire fiasco, this entire chaos with Big Black Cock. So I do want love. I want to love Alexandria, the girl I met in 2016 at OHL Yeti. Want to love her, and I do want to have children with her someday. But it's just a lot of stuff got to get passed and out the way. So I'll see y'all in the next video. It's about 10:02 a.m. Friday, February 21st, 2025. Love y'all and peace.